Christmas 2025, the unboxing of a Christmas tree. This is a vintage ceramic Christmas tree, probably from the 70s. I've been wanting to get one of these for several years now to put in the corner of the computer desk in place of the lamp during Christmas. And I've been kind of holding off to find one locally because these are fairly sought after, and by the time they end up on an auction site, they're usually priced accordingly. Every now and again you can find them on the digitan OKWill for a somewhat reasonable price, and that is how this one came to be. Hopefully this is not the broken. Usually the digitan OKWill packs stuff up pretty well, so I think we should be fine. Certainly doesn't sound broken. There's no damage on the box. Lots of plastic film in here. And this is good for the environment. Oh, it definitely was packed well, and it's probably not broken. And this is one of the many reasons why I prefer this site over other ones such as e-scam, e-ripoff, e-dishonest, e-expensive, because there's usually no issues with the stuff breaking in shipment. Now this is an example of where the handling price is appropriate. I've noticed on that site in the last couple of months that a lot of auctions are starting to add a handling charge. It's usually only a couple dollars, but you know, some of the items that I get on there, all the person that's working there is doing is just putting a shipping label on a box, or putting something that's already into a box into another box, and it doesn't cost $2 or $3 to do that. So I think that's kind of unreasonable. But then when it's something like this where someone definitely spent some time, you know, packing this up, and there was some money spent on materials, I can stomach the $2 or $3 charge. I think this one was $2.50 for handling, and I think that's pretty reasonable considering how this was set up. And there's probably at least $2 worth of bubble paper and so forth here. Probably coil this piece up and keep it. This looks like it's pretty much never been used for anything else before. Try not to keep this stuff because I never really use it. I don't ship anything. It's very rare that I ship anything nowadays. But I hate to throw out good, clean materials at the same time. with the tape. Always too much tape. We're almost there. Just a couple more minutes of excessive unwrapping here. But that's fine. It got here safely, and I think there's pretty much no chance of this breaking. Ooh, that's nice. That's a good size for the table over there. There exist ones that are taller than this, but they're like upwards of 4-digit prices, and that I just can't rationalize. Someday I'll come across one in an estate sale where the person just doesn't know what it is, and it'll be like $5 or something. That's usually how I end up with anything expensive or valuable that I have. You know what? All things considered, the amount of tape used in this was actually pretty reasonable. There's a 7.5 watt bulb in there, and that is not going to be anywhere near bright enough. This probably should have a 60 watt tubular bulb in it. And I might have one somewhere, but I have, I think these are 60 watts. Yeah, I have a 43 watt halogen, which is a 60 watt incandescent equivalent, which we'll throw in here for the moment. This is a little bit busted up. This is going to need some help. Is it busted or just missing some screws? I think it's just missing, it's missing a piece. There should be a metal piece inside there. Oh no, wait a minute, there's the screw. I think it just came unscrewed. Let me get a screwdriver and see if we can just fix this on the spot here. I might be able to. I think that screw just needs to be dropped down into the point where it connects with that metal tab on the bottom. Of course, that's much easier said than done when you're dealing with something this small. This is a rare instance where having a magnetic screwdriver is a disadvantage. Okay, there we go. I got the screw through. Now if we just need to it's a stupid common head screw. I hate those. Okay, I got it. So that's fixed. This is an old Bakelite socket. No, it's not a fire hazard. No, it's not going to break because of the incandescent bulb, etc., etc. Very, very simple apparatus. This one is probably from 1973. A lot of these were, I guess they were like hand painted. So IB might be the initials of the person who painted this, and that is B as in Ba. I'm sure some of them were mass produced as well. So we'll put in the incandescent light bulb. This is actually a rare situation where I might use a DEL, because I would want to put like a 150 or maybe even 200 watt bulb in here to get these really bright, and putting that much power into this thing is going to make it get real hot. Not that it really matters, but an LED might be acceptable visually in something like this. So in that case, you know, I'll use them where I can. I don't have an intrinsic opposition to LED lighting. I have an opposition to garbage quality lighting, and it just so happens to be that that's usually what LED is. So let me get this plugged up here and then we'll test it out. Got the power bar. It's a nice old wire too. This is probably the original bulb apparatus. Okay. Let's focus. That's your one job in life, is to focus. Okay, there we go. There's the plug. It's in pretty good condition. No oxidation on the prongs. Man, this thing does not want to focus on the plug. It's got the locking holes on the prongs, but they don't go all the way through. That's kind of weird. And it's got a basic inline switch. It is a Leviton switch, 6 amps. Let's check this before we put it together. Make sure that it's not flaky at all. Seems pretty reasonable. So this is what it looks like on the inside. There's just a bunch of holes in it, and the light shines through the little plastic pieces and it makes it look like bulbs. Actually, that's a pretty good brightness. Maybe a 100 watt bulb would be satisfactory. So we're missing a couple of them. It looks like we need to get 1, 2, 3. That one's busted, so maybe 4 of them could be replaced, or we can just turn this around because it's going to be in a corner. Leave it like that. For the most part, they're all there. Let me turn the lights off so we can get a good look at it. I can't remember who it was that had one of these, but I remember somebody that we knew when I was very, very young having one of these. I really have no idea where it was. I haven't seen it in probably 20 years. It kind of looks better with some light in the room, because otherwise you can't really tell, like you can't see the detail of the tree itself. Needs a little bit of cleaning, but that's easy enough. So overall, it's in pretty good condition. There's a slight chip at the top, which we can just put a little bit of green paint on and that'll be fine. That's also supposed to be another bulb there, so we might have to drill that out and get a new bulb in there. You know, by bulb I mean one of these. But overall, pretty good. Yeah, I could use a slightly brighter bulb. Maybe 100 watts would be good. The blue ones are kind of dim. But they have nice vivid colors. It's kind of funny in a way, they almost look like DELs. Like the C3 DELs. Obviously the coloring is much better, there's no flicker, etc. But the shape of the bulb kind of reminds me of that. Okay, well there we go. There's the ceramic Christmas tree for the living room. Now I gotta clean up this bubble wrap freak show here.